Today we are going to talk about something that many of us women have agonized over, and we've shed quite a few tears over this. Hair fall. I myself have had such a terrible time with hair fall. Through this video, I'm going to talk about what I've learned about hair fall, why it happens, and what we need to do in order to correct it. So, when we visit a doctor because of hair fall, we are all given some kind of supplements, right? And how many of us have actually seen success with this? It's either some kind of a drink or some kind of a capsule. Haven't we all done that? Haven't we all spent money on serums that promise to stop hair fall, oils that promise to stop hair fall? Well, I've done that. I know I've spent so much money on all these products. But how much success do we really have from them? Hey Wellberry Tribe, this is Dr. Nirmala, and as usual, these videos are about metabolic issues and what we need to do in order to correct them. I am a general physician and I'm also a certified ketogenic nutrition specialist. I also do these videos because I've had metabolic issues right from childhood. It's been a very huge learning curve over the last few years, and there's a lot of stuff that we didn't learn in medical school. I want to share my experiences with you so that you can kickstart your own wellness journey. When I coach women with metabolic issues, with weight issues, or diabetes, one of the common things that they do report to me is that they are facing hair fall. I myself was plagued with hair fall issues for a very long time. As you can see, this is a photo of me in my 30s. I had long hair, and even then, my hair was thinning down compared to what I had in school and college. In my 40s, like you can see here, my scalp started showing. And this became very difficult for me. Even taking photos was so difficult because I was very conscious about the fact that people were commenting on the fact that my scalp was showing. When people who'd known me for a very long time would meet me, they would in fact ask me, "Is your hair falling?" And like I said, it causes a lot of distress for us women, doesn't it? And finally, in 2019, I decided to do something about my health. I went on a low carb food style, and most of you who have followed me on YouTube know this. It's there in my very first vlog. So go ahead and have a look if you've not listened to it so far. It just gives you an idea of whatever I was struggling with, and if you relate to it, then maybe you can also use my story to kickstart your wellness journey. So, yeah, in 2019, I started my weight loss journey, my wellness journey, and everything was going great. But then suddenly, the hair fall became worse. And as usual, whenever I've had a setback, I go back to reading, I go back to learning, and I go back to discussing with support groups, right? So, one of the things that I learned during this process is that when there is drastic weight loss, there is also hair fall. Why? Because during this weight loss, there's a lot of metabolic changes and hormonal changes that happen. And during this process, it's very common for people to experience hair loss. Of course, at the time, I made peace with the fact that yes, I was losing hair, but I was also told that it would grow back. And yes, in 2020, I started seeing that my hair was growing back, but the hair was very unhealthy. And it started looking like straw. I would like touch my hair and be like, oh my gosh, you know, it was so dry, it was so rough, and it really wasn't the kind of hair that I had grown up with. So, sometime in 2020, during this whole lockdown phase, I gave the scissors to Christopher, my husband, and I told him, "Chris, just cut my hair. You know, the unhealthy hair, just cut it, just chop it off." And why did he have to do that? Because the hair was so bad. There was no way I could salvage it. So, this is not just me, right? I've seen a lot of women in their 40s because the hair is falling or the hair has become brittle, they start cutting their hair. And the length starts getting shorter and shorter in order to cope with the hair fall or the coarseness of the hair. So for me, this was a setback and I needed to learn what to do about it. So, yes, I went back, started listening to speakers who knew about nutrition. I started reading books. And what did I learn? But before that, this is me now. And as you can see, the scalp is not showing anymore. Of course, I have a lot of flyaway hair, I have a lot of baby hair, but that's okay. At least the texture of the hair is coming back, and I also know that it is growing healthy. So, what did I learn? First, the protein intake. Many of us are low in our protein consumption. Even when it comes to weight loss, we do tend to be overly cautious about protein. Now you can listen to this video which I did way earlier where I talk about how much protein we need to consume in order to have good health, right? In brief, we need about 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kg ideal body weight. Now, what's ideal body weight? It means according to our height and our bone structure, there is the right amount of weight that we should have. And that is the ideal body weight. You can Google it and you will find what your ideal body weight should be according to your height. The second thing we need to pay attention to is whether we have any vitamin or mineral deficiencies. Vitamin D, vitamin B12, of course, biotin, and then minerals like iron, zinc, and magnesium. All of these are important for our body, and it's also important, obviously, for good, healthy hair. The next thing, of course, is we should check whether there is any thyroid imbalance. Hair fall is one of the most common symptoms in those with thyroid problems. One of the factors that could affect the growth of hair and also the texture of hair is the thyroid hormone. So when I did check my thyroid hormone levels, I realized that the very low carb food style that I was following, like I said, hardly 20 grams of carbs a day, it had actually made the thyroid sluggish. And I had to start on thyroid supplements. Now, within a few weeks of starting the thyroid supplements, I realized that the texture of the hair was improving. The next reason for hair fall, of course, is stress. If we are stressed out, again there are hormonal imbalances, and this again results in hair fall. And finally, are we getting enough calories, especially when we are trying to lose weight? If we are undercutting our calories, then what's the body going to do? The body is going to say, oh my gosh, there's starvation. So let's take care of the kidney, let's take care of the heart, the eyes, and all the important organs. Hair, nails, well, that can go, right? Now, let me also share with you an experience I had a few weeks back. Because of some personal issues, I was not able to eat properly. And I know for sure that my calories were way down compared to what I actually need to have. And trust me, within just 5 days of eating low calories, I could notice that the hair was falling again. So obviously, I kind of stopped in my tracks and started correcting my calorie intake, and then it stopped. This just made me understand how sensitive our body is to its nutrition and energy requirements. And when we deny our body nutrition and when we deny calories to our body, then obviously it's going to look at protecting the more important organs. And hair isn't on that list. So yeah, if there is hair fall, we need to see whether we've been having adequate calories, because if we aren't eating enough calories, then again, the body is going to start shedding hair. And what are the things I stopped doing? I stopped spending money on oils, serums. I stopped taking all these multivitamin capsules because actually these combination capsules do not have the amount of vitamins or minerals that are required. If there is a vitamin deficiency or a mineral deficiency, then get a prescription from the doctor for the correct amount of vitamin that you need to take. Now, just to recap, if you're frustrated about hair fall, then what are the things that you need to do? 1, take care of your protein intake. 2nd, look at whether you're getting enough vitamins and minerals. 3rd, look at if you're getting enough calories in your meals. 4th, reduce the stress in your body. Check whether there is any thyroid imbalance. If there is a thyroid imbalance, then go to your doctor and address the issue. If this video has been helpful, then do click on that like and subscribe button so that you are notified every time I release a new video. And finally, let me also remind you that these videos are not considered a medical consultation. If you have any medical or metabolic issues, you need to consult with your physician. At the end of this video, I've given you my email address and you can write to me if you are facing any of these health challenges. Like maybe diabetes, maybe you're struggling to lose weight, maybe you have hair fall issues, or if there are thyroid related problems, you can contact me and then I would love to help you. Now it's time for me to sign off. Until next time, this is Dr. Nirmala signing out, and remember, wellness begins with your plate.